Everybody put your hands in the air and say, holy shit. Got to get that one last breath of air in before I tried to shit. Welcome in, everybody. I am Commander Krim. Glad to have you here on this Wednesday evening. I didn't get a chance to do a whole lot of grinding after last night's stream, so I was trying to get a little bit in here before the stream started.
Pizza cannon loaded and ready to throw.
Hello, Darth. Hello, hello, Josh. Hello, Darth. What up? Yo, peace, Lillipip, all that stuff. How you doing? Where you breathe? Yeah, breathe out of my asshole. Leave me alone. I'm a sea cucumber. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Been doing some grinding in some more Dragon Quest 8. Didn't get a whole lot done last night. So I was doing a little bit before the stream started, so that's where we are right now. Haven't really done much. We have gained a few levels, not a terrible amount, a couple of levels, and we've learned some interesting abilities. Jessica now recharges MP after every turn. Angelo now has multi-targeted insta-kill. And Krim has, well, he's had Zep for a little while now. I can't remember what oh, I know Angelo also has full cure now, so we have, it's a 6 MP, a 6 MP healing skill, but it's a full heal, so that's awesome. C size isn't bad either. Alright. We're gonna do a little more. We're going to do a little bit more grinding. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing it because I did a little too much of that at the end of the last stream. But I'm trying to get up some money primarily. The grinding isn't necessarily for levels. It's a side effect of what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to do I'm going to say guild farm. Gold farm, basically. That's all I really want to do. Is try to build up some money to buy some of this expensive armor that this place has. Everything is still have abysmal MP, expected for youngest with Krim. Well, I mean, you're right. Compared to Angelo and Jessica, who are both mages, or closer to mage types. I mean, 87 compared to 130, 120, 188. You're right. But I mean, typically, I'm not using a lot of MP with Krim. He's mostly doing physical attacks. I mean, now that he's got Zap, he's been using it more. He's been using magic more often because it's so good. But you know, there's very little that can be done about it. And it gets the job done. My main mages are Angelo and Jessica. And since it seems that the insta kill from Thwack seems to really be landing quite often, I'm taking full advantage of it. Not that I disagree. I wish there was a little more health, a little more MP pool on Krim, but as the game is dictating, they want him to be more of a warrior class, I guess. Still need a little bit more. I want to at least get one more. I've only really purchased one item. I managed to get, I think I got some armor. I want to get one more piece of armor before I try to move on. I'd really rather, like, fully gear up, but that's going to take way too much time of a grind, and you guys don't want to be bored with that. I don't remember if this was on stream or not, but I got Jessica learned Boom, which is a stronger version of Bang, which means, in short, right there, it's a full, all targeted, high damage explosive attack. What are you doing? There's no time to waste. Yeah, it's called money, King. Unless we're gonna go back to your castle. Oh, that's right. Unless we're gonna go back to the castle and get the money out of your coffers. Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon? How about you just stay Yoda in your little cart, let me handle the fighting and strategizing. $42.85, we're getting there. So, what y'all been doing on this Wednesday? We're at the midweek point, y'all. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, dripping on a pear. $44.57. I think that's enough. I think it's $44.20. Alright, big boy. Show me your inventory. Alright. I already got an axe for Yangus. I can get another magic vestment, which reduces magic damage by 2/3. Shields would only give me 3 more points for each person, pretty much, give or take. Silver Mail would be a huge boost in defense, regardless of who I put it on. But I think Silver Mail is what I'm going to go with. Alright. Let's heal up at the inn. And then go save at the church. And then we'll try to see if we can't make our way to a Kakarot. To Baccarat. Did you get my message on Discord, Darth, about City Heroes? The Necromancy Poison Mastermind with knowledge of drugs to boost, heal, or handicap. Also has drugs to run very fast. Nice. I like how you made it part of the lore. Save! Wouldn't it suck if they charged you gold to save? In order to make the save, it's going to require 30 gold. You bitch! Yeah, the only thing I said was the only thing that I said was I intend to start in Paragon City. I don't like villains. The villains starting area. The villains maps are just. Oh my god! I forgot. I can't say no here. Fuck! It starts the freaking game. Oh wait, it didn't do that this time. Never mind. Was just the. I don't like the villains areas. They're too hard to navigate without travel powers. I know you can get travel powers early. I just like Paragon City better. Alright, let's head once again to the west. Let's see if we can keep from getting our asses handed to us as we head west. Once we reach Port Oaks, I'll be able to change from villain to rogue, so you being hero won't be a problem. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want to do. Obviously, that means I gotta play alone for a while. Which is, again, isn't a problem. Depending on what level you have to be at Port Oaks, I think I can reach like level 10 or 12 just by doing the Death from Below trials. Especially if I get all those experience boosts that are available by the pay to win store, whatever it's called, even though it's not really pay to win, obviously. You have Squelch. Squelch Jessica. Giggity. No more advantage being pure hero villain. Yeah, I know. I know. And usually that's what I do as well. Even when I make, well, yeah. When I make hero side characters, when I make blue side characters, I usually, oh, somebody's still poisoned. I usually do the missions that will give you the neutral alignments, so you can go literally anywhere. Which I think Vigilante is what it's called on the hero side. I usually do that, and then just, that way I can just literally go anywhere I want to and help, and I can team up with anybody I want to. I can team up on villain side, team up on hero side, doesn't matter. I think the only place that I can't directly go is Pretoria, and I don't really care. By the time you get to the point that you can go from one side to the other, you don't want to go to Pretoria anyway. There's nothing there. At least you got one of them. Pretoria events for all levels, 2 more zones for heroes and villains, 20 plus and 30 plus, and a Hamadon boss. That's in Pretoria? Is that like a different path to the Hamadon, or is that a different Hamadon? Because Hamadon existed long before before going rogue, before Pretoria even existed. And I remember when we fought the Hamadon in the last day of the original servers, they let people fight Hamadon in Atlas Park. I thought that was pretty cool of the devs to do. It was actually the only time I actually fought the Hamadon. Zap, whack, thwack, and bang, or boom. Different Hamadon doesn't even look the same. Praetorian Hamadon and Paragon Hamadon had very different strategies. Never seen that. I can guarantee I've never seen that Hamadon. Because other than watching somebody else do it once, I've only seen the Hamadon once, and that was with the what I just talked about. When you see him at or when they spawned him in Atlas Park on the last day of the servers. Josh, did you get anywhere with your Lancer last night? You said you were going to play some on your Lancer recently. Basically, Praetorian Hamadon roams the zone in Pretoria outside the walls like a city-sized bacteria. You have to target the mitochondria cells first. I don't think I saw that one, but I feel I saw. I know I saw something related to the Hamadon because I fought like maybe it was called the Eye of Hamadon. I can't remember for sure. I know I fought back before the server shut down. I did fight something Hamadon related, but I know it wasn't the Hamadon because I never did the raid or whatever it was that led to that. It'd be nice to fight Frostfire again. That's nostalgia right there, man. Fighting Frostfire. Kept on dying? Ugh. You have been putting your abilities on your hotbar, right? Because you have a, you should have a heal, I think. At least some sort of heal. Hamadon in this zone is 45 plus beyond Eden. All regular mobs there are monster class. I remember Eden. I flew into Eden once because I wanted to see what it was like because I'd never been there. And yeah, it was full of monsters. It was full of giant monsters. That's for damn sure. I remember that. It was scary. My god, Iakai is here. Fucking Jack of Irons is here. Every GM in existence is here. Oh my god. Needless to say, I was flying and staying very high. Level up, Krim, yeah. New spell, nice. I learned full heal as well, so we have 2 full healers. Alright. Do I want to work up courage or swords? Ooh, psychic damage to clockwork. Ooh. Yeah, you might as well have just been saying mean things to him, because that won't do nothing. You might as well have just been calling him mean names. You're losing control over your level 2 and don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I also get that you unfortunately chose poorly when you didn't know what you were doing. When you decided, hey, let me use psychic powers against robots with no brains. The clockwork, the mechs, what are they called? The like German Nazi group. What are they called? I'm forgetting. I think they mostly exist in Steel City and Paragon, or Steel Canyon and Paragon, Steel Canyon and Paragon Island. Most trash the game, which would have been unfortunate because I had the deluxe edition. Yeah. The first time, the first time I had paid to play City Heroes, I bought the 1 year, the 1 year subscription, and I played for like a month, and I don't know, it just didn't stick for me right then. And I thought about selling it on eBay. I actually posted the account on eBay to sell, but it never got bought, which is a good thing because then I went back to it not long later and played some more, and I enjoyed it and stuck with it ever since. Yeah, the Council. That's what I was thinking of, the Council. I know about the 5th column. They're kind of the same thing, but yeah, I was thinking primarily the Council. I tell you, one group that I really hate fighting is the Circle of Thorns. God, they are so aggravating to fight. In every sense of the word, aggravating. We're getting close to a town of some kind. 5th column is the original. The council is made of leaders of the 5th column that turn on the leader of the time and nickness of its power. Admittedly, that's one thing that I never did with City Heroes. I never really got much into the lore. I mean, I kind of, you know, took some... I picked up some of it just because just by playing, you can kind of get the idea of who's who, you know. There was a few times there were cutscenes that I paid a little attention to, but as far as like the dialogue that you read before you launch the mission, I don't think I ever read any of those, like ever. I know the Nictus is a war shade, or like the original version of the Keldian version of a war shade. In the time travel story arcs, you have to ensure the split happens as someone tries to make the fifth column stay united. I'm gonna guess splitting it makes them less dangerous than staying unified. I didn't want to flee. Oh well. I didn't mean to flee. Well, which town is the one I'm looking for? Is it the one immediately to my right, which looks like just one hut? Or am I looking for the town that's just north of that? War Shade in French is called the Redemptor for some reason. I will say that I have tried both the War Shade and Peacebringer, and honestly I didn't really care for the Peacebringer. It just seemed like, other than just like the obvious fact that I'm more, you know, evil-hearted, I just felt like I don't know, the Peacebringers didn't feel like they had any oomph to them. They didn't feel like they didn't have any impact, whereas the War Shades did. Probably just because it's probably a placebo or a Pavlovian effect. I perceived less impact because the War Shade is the evil version of the two. So where the hell is the town? Or the hut, or whatever the hell is supposed to be over here. For some reason, well, I got it. I know what you meant. Let's make these guys go boom! I have both a Peacebringer and Warshade on Reunion. Unfortunately, I was unable to make a fully human build for my Warshade. Wow. Dick. Alright, well, we'll just not do what we just did, because we can't. Peacebringers are fully human build. That's designed designated as Archangel. Designed as Archangel, yeah. Okay. Alright, this bomb boulder's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's gotta just like full up, straight up, go. Gotta go. Gotta disappear. Because go fuck yourself. There we go. No more reviving by the enemies. Thank you. That, what I call a cat house. It's locked. It's locked.
Sorry, just a bit of catarrh. How's it? Welcome to Chateau Felix, residence of the great cyber cat father, Master Felix.
Felix the cat. Cute.
My name's Tom. I'm Master Felix's helper. Are you here to see him?
My name is Tom, as in Tom and Jerry, or Tom Cat. How many more pussy references are we going to get?
Excuse me? But Master Felix is a busy man. He hasn't got time to meet any old thing the cat dragged in. I'll have to ask you some questions. If you can prove you're a top cat, I'll let you in just now. Question number 1. It's late, and it's raining cats and dogs. You're hurrying home when you hear a little kitten meowing. It's right soaking wet. But everyone in your house really hates cats. So what do you do with the kitten?
Take the kitten home and kill everybody in my house? Probably not an option, is it?
Question number 2. You're the king's servant. You go out hunting with the king, but you don't manage to find any prey. Then you find a tiger in a trap in the woods. The king is some way off and hasn't noticed the tiger yet. So, what do you do?
Free the tiger in the trap and let it go, of course. He's purring, that's weird.
And question number 3. You are an explorer. Along your travels, you're attacked by a great cyber cat. You manage to overpower the cat, but it looks at you as if it wants to become your friend and travel with you. So, what do you do?
Rub its belly and feed it cat treats. Stop purring, it's weird.
Now, to let the cat out of the bag, let's see how you did. Perfect. You've proved that you're the cat's whiskers, a real hip cat. You have permission to see Master Felix. You can go in.
All right then.
I say, someone other than Tom for once. The old boy doesn't often let people in, you know.
Can't imagine why.
It's been a rather busy time, I'm afraid. I'll be with you in a jiffy.
Definitely at least a student of Marlene's School of Conversation.
There. I think I'll take a breather for a while.
Yeah, they are kind of small cages.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
I don't see a cat box
You're
either.
an explorer, eh? I'm Felix.
I never would have guessed.
Well, Tom's really got an eye for people. Only lets decent chaps through, you know.
Well, he asked 3 ridiculous questions that are pretty easy to figure out what they knew. Whether or not I agreed with them, I could easily get in. I do agree with the answers, but anybody could have said that.
Yes.
Knowing this entire place is cat-themed.
Assist me. There's a little undertaking I need some help with. Allow me to explain.
I'll help you catch some pussy, sure.
Of mine, you see. Gone and got himself lost, would you believe?
He's probably dead. Sorry to break the news to you, but he's probably very dead.
Normally I'd go and help the old bean out myself, of course. But as you can see, I've got a lot on my plate just at the mo.
Just at the mo.
That's where you come in. I'd like you to go and give the old bean a bit of assistance. If you don't mind, that is. Well, what do you say? Will you help? Capital! Right, I'll tell you what you need to do.
Eaten
then.
by a wolf. We help, yeah.
Around these parts, there are 4 great saber cat statues.
I've seen them.
You might have seen one of them on your way over here.
I did. I just said that.
They all point to the same place. There's a strange tree there that's only visible at dawn. And that's precisely where the old chap is, you see. All I need you to do is go there and give him this.
Liquid Viagra.
He's a clever old bean. Just give him that and he'll know what to do.
Rub it on his wiener.
Once you've given it to him, come back and pay me a visit. I'll have a little token of appreciation for you. If you leave here and head up the hill, you'll get a view of a couple of the saber cat statues. It's worth taking a look before you go off exploring. Ah! Golly! I nearly forgot. I suppose you've never ridden a great
Sand Viagra,
saber
yeah.
cat before, eh? Well, this'll be a fine chance. Speak to Tom. He'll give you what you need. Give the old speed a bit of a boost, what? Tom will explain the rest.
So instead of writing Chocobo, I write a flaming kitty. Alright.
Wasn't Master Felix inside? What? Master Felix asked you a favor?
Misspelled favor.
He must think you're the cat's pajamas.
You misspelled
He gave you the
pajamas.
go-ahead to ride on one of his great saber cats. Great! I was right to let you in. I could tell you were a hip cat. Okay, so, are you ready to get on?
2 things. 1, that cat looks cross-eyed. 2, it looks like he's about to eat the guy's hand off. It's like in prime position for the tiger to just go chomp.
That's it. No pain, no gain. Oh, yeah, looking smart, Brew.
Brew? Is that supposed to be like a British version of bruh?
Okay,
Bro.
Let me tell you the basics
Bruh.
about riding a great saber cat. When you're riding one of these cats, you can go a lot quicker than you would on foot. But you can't go further. You can just go to all the same places faster. Some people get that wrong, so I wanted to explain. If you get off and accidentally lose your cat, come back and see me. I'll lend you a cat as many times as you like.
Da 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 da
That's
da da. Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Or more like chocobo music. Wow, this thing really does move fast. Holy crap. Something about the top of the hill, you can see one of the statues. Okay, so one there, and they're pointing toward that hill there. Crap, are you still getting into battles of these things? Damn it! At least it worked on one of them. I'm used to how the music is going faster. He can't jump. I wonder how we get there then. Venom wasps. Ooh, okay. Lazy Angus. I need to do some healing. Okay, that could have gone, like, really bad. Well, we need antidote, anti-antidote thingy. We don't have enough MP for full heals. That works. I don't know how this is going to do me any good. You know what? I'm just gonna go on to the next town. I don't know what I need to do to get where I need to go. I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to get there. It doesn't make sense. He'll just have to go a little bit longer without his sand Viagra. I think it's the path that you're talking about. It's a broken bridge. I can't cross it. Just recovers MP while asleep. Southwest from the cat castle. Alright, I'll take a look once I get out of this battle. I need healing anyway. 8 MP is what I need. No, I need to go to this town first. I need the healing. Before I do anything else, I need an inn. I just let it jump right out from underneath me. Yeah. One of these damn places is the inn. That's the weapon shop. It's the item shop. Liara. Casino. Well, that's not it.
Beers.
This looks like it could be an inn, but it doesn't say it is. Welcome to our inn. Thank Christ. You guys need a sign outside. Alright. Let's go see if I can find that mystery path. Southwest of the Cat Castle? Damn, Jessica, she pissed. Must be your time of the month. Good thing her dress is red. Hey, damn it. I hate when I have uncontrollable yawns. That's why I bought me some Jolly Ranchers to just suck on. I don't care how naughty that sounds. Because apparently when I got something, when I have something in my mouth, I don't seem to want to yawn. There's no way to say that without sounding sexual. $154, damn, talk about pissed. That's right, I said when I tend to yawn less when I have something in my mouth. That's right, said it, and I meant it. That's right, y'all. You heard me say it. When I'm sucking on something, I yawn less. Figure if I want to make it sound sexual, I might as well go all in. Get it? All in. Well, I got 3 of the 4 cocks dead. Cockatiers. Literally, that's what they're called. Cockatiers. Musketeers. Cockatiers. Not quite as, I don't feel quite, it's not quite as funny as, say, the assassin cock from Legend of Dragoon, but Damn it, I didn't mean to flee. I actually wanted to fight them. There's 6 of them, which means good experience. See, I think I see the bridge you're talking about. Will my mouse appear on stream if I put it over here? Okay, you guys can see it. Okay. Are you talking about this bridge here? If this is the bridge you're talking about, then it's not going to do me any good anyway, because this right here, this is an entire canyon wall. I won't be able to get past this. This whole wall is a canyon wall. I can't get over here because of this canyon wall. This is back with the direction that I came from. Because this is the split here. How do I get off here? Not 2 out of the 3. A different line at the extreme northeast. But see, the thing is, one time I came around from that direction, and I just followed that path around. I don't think there's actually a way to get past it. A comment. Speaking of kitties. Is it easier to scout by foot? I wouldn't think so. Zap him some more. Whack him some more. Boom him some more. Angelo, level 25. Gotta make a left at the next to the river or lake, whatever. Basically, just follow it to the left over here. Hello, moo cow. Here, grab that while I'm here. The other thing is it says it's available. It's visible only at dawn, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be there by the time dawn rolls around. Or I'm going to be there before it rolls around, like way before. I'm not going to sit here and just stare at the wall for X number of minutes until it shows up. At least the gesture is like Frieza in second form. Yeah, I can see that. It's hard to really for me to picture it because Domomegas doesn't have horns, like Frieza's second form does, but I can I can sort of try to like mentally erase the horns in my head in order to kind of see the face a little more clearly. Yeah, King Cold. That kind of square face. I can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can stay along the shore, the embankment of that lake or river, whatever it is. I'm guessing those rocks are probably the location of the magic tree. If nothing else, if I get there and it's not dawn, which I know it's not going to be, we can just do some more grinding, I suppose, till I get some more money. Or so I can get some more money. The alchemy pot must be done. I haven't heard it ding yet, so... Yay, special medicine, hurrah. Boom shakalaka. I think those boulders might be immune to instant death. Because I've cast it a few times on them and they haven't died. They might be immune to it. Alright, I guess we'll just hang out here then. Really? You're not going to expect me to believe there's no random battles down here. Okay. You convinced me. I believe it. No, it did. It said the tree was only visible. The guy did say the guy did say the tree was only visible at dawn. So I just need to wait here until dawn. It'll appear. So we'll use this time to grind a bit, I guess, or farm really more than grind. Cherubimon? Is that what a Cherubimon looks like? How much money do we have, by the way? 31. All that I've been doing, I still only got 3,100 HP or 3,100 gil. Gold. Fuck me. I comment. Cherubimon is bigger and has a king, but still close enough. Take your word for it. Thunder, lightning, lightning. Yeah. The Wolverine Wolverine cosplayer is down for the count. I probably shouldn't use the whistle version. I probably need to move around. That way I'm also getting credit for the alchemy pot. I think just standing, I think the part of the progress of the alchemy pot is actual movement. If I'm just standing there constantly whistling, I don't think it counts. Damn you, trees immune to death. You ain't immune to lightning, though. I struck you down. Call me Raiden. Raiden wins. Flawless victory. So plant virus Digimon, ultimate level, same level as Metal Greymon. You're talking to me like I got any clue about Digimon. I don't. I will just nod and pretend I understand what you're talking about. Well, I got a lot of eye rolls out of Josh on that one. Better than that stupid Boy Thunder, Kid Thunder friendship that Raiden has. So weird. Nice. Triple kill. Jessica, level up. New spell, Insolotl. Probably some defense. Probably some defensive buff skill, I'm guessing. Contain 69 gold coins. Oh yeah. Let's see what that actually is. Forms a barrier that protects all party members from fire or ice-based attacks. Okay. So it's a shell, but specifically for fire and ice-based. As opposed to magic barrier, which protects from all offensive spells. Maybe Insulatile is better. It says forms a barrier that protects all party members. Maybe for like 1 or 2 turns, they're immune to fire and ice attacks, possibly. I mean, it's kind of good, but not really great. Hey, Jody, by the way, welcome in. And it is full party, so we come across an enemy that casts a lot of fire and ice. I guess like fire and or ice. I guess I'd always give it a try. That'll be the last time I can use Zap because I'm down to 1 MP. Digimon of evolution levels by my Pokemon that can go back and forth. Baby and training rookie, which Agumon is part of. Champion, Ultimate, Mega, and Ultra. Ultra combo! I think of whenever I hear the word Ultra. Vaccine beats and resists virus. Virus beats and resists data. Data beats and resists vaccine. So it's a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. More evil wood. Fuck. Guess I'll blow the wood instead. Shit, man. In the elements of this plant, all Digimon have one which makes them weak to an attack from another. Plants weak to fire, no, however, this time resistance isn't a thing. Fire doesn't resist plant. So there's only can take more damage from one element, but isn't like stronger against another element. I need to find a way to get my hands on a lot of magic waters. I'm so tired of being out of MP. I mean, right now my strongest caster is Krim, and his MP pool is second worst, only behind Yangus. I don't know if I could craft them or what I need to do to craft them. Or surely I don't know where to buy them. We use less magic. Well, yeah, but the thing is right now, magic is my strongest thing that I can do. Especially against large groups like that. With groups of like 6 or 7 enemies, I need the multi-targeting. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here forever for these fights. And the longer these fights go, the more likely I'm going to get my ass kicked in them. God damn. Stop it. Shit, I'm not tired yet. God, fuck. I'm so annoyed when I start getting the yawns. The infinite yawns. I just like, just don't quit. How much air do I need at once? Woodmon is a champion plant virus. Looks like a dead tree with 4 hollow arms. Cursed cherry tree. Designed for Pinocchio. Angus increases to 27. 5 skill points. Well, let's put him on X's. Yankees axe skills improve, becomes an axe fighter. Yankees' chance of landing a critical hit with an axe increase. Well, it looks like it's nighttime. Or it's really close to night. Yeah, my special medicine. Special medicine for a special person. Wood everywhere, but not a drop to... I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes you try to make up conversation just so there's some kind of dialogue. Just so y'all aren't just watching boring gameplay. It bit me. I can imagine this game probably scares the hell out of children. See this tree? It has a big face and it will bite you. Stay away from trees. You've heard of tree huggers? You don't want to hug the wrong tree. It might just bite you. That's right, kids. Fear the biting tree. Nom 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 nom. Shit. Yeah, Genghis missed. Yeah, not only did he miss a tree, he missed a tree with an axe. I mean, a tool that is primarily designed to hit trees, and he missed. I wonder if Genghis has that much trouble whacking his own wood. I mean, As fat as he is, he probably hasn't seen it in 30 years. Come on, Dawn. Bring it to me, Dawn. Come on, Dawn. Bring me the dawn. Let me see that sunshine. Let me see that sunshine. Bring me that dawn. I need to see that sunshine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let me see that sunshine. All I need is sunshine. Bring me that sunshine and call it dawn. That is the song Bring Me Sunshine by Commander Krim with Comet on the xylophone. Coming to Spotify in 2027. Part of the #1 hit album, Balls on My Face. On the next episode of Album Ball Z, Yangus loses 4 MP, Tree Faces do weird dances, and Krim isn't affected. Or is he? Find out in the next episode of Album Ball Z. You like my Dragon Ball Z narrator voice? HP still doing fine. Still waiting on that dawn. Looking for that sunshine, that little bit of sunshine to make the night go away. Little bit of sunshine, ooh, 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 ooh. A little bit of sunshine, and we all go boom. I promise I'm not delusional right now. Yeah, Manika's a little low on Jessen. Yep, Mannequin definitely low. It looks like she auto restores. Just need a little sunshine, a little bitty sunshine, so I can move on with this stupid fucking plot. I'm tired of fighting trees and burn them to the ground. It's amazing this forest can really stand around. Oh, that's a rhyme on time. I'm singing some bullshit now. Oh, that's some... Wow, 111 damage. That's really good, Angelo. Keep it up all day. God damn it. They respawned. So what do y'all think? You think I could win an episode of America's Got Talent? I can definitely tell you I'd win America's Got No Talent. That's for sure. On today's show of America's Got No Talent, this dude calls himself Commander Krim, comes on stage and sings his favorite tunes while playing video games. Ramsey is judge. Put 2 pieces of bread next to my head and call me an idiot sandwich. Oh no, that tree took away my 1 MP. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, the fact that I lost that 1 MP. Oh, my life is so miserable now. How can I stand the pressure of losing that 1 MP? How am I going to finish this game without that 1 MP? Sarcasm levels up. Kitchen Nightmare started a new season after 9 years of hiatus. Really? It's been 9 years since he did Hell's, or not Hell's Kitchen, but Kitchen Nightmare? I don't remember if it was Hotel Hell or Kitchen Nightmares. I just remember there's, it's weird how so many owners and like business owners and stuff have such an ego that they refuse to accept help from a professional on the level of Gordon Ramsay. I remember one where after Ramsay came in, they completely remodeled the entire restaurant, and it looked way better than it did before. And the owner's like, the walls should be yellow. Like, there's just some people that are so narcissistic, they just can't accept help, or whatever help they do get, they feel they have to change it. That way they think they're the ones that made the changes. I don't know, narcissistic people just really get on my nerves, and that's being kind. And she's out of MP now. I'm gonna start punching things, I guess. Not with her. Guess I give her a regular weapon now. She's not casting magic anymore. Of course, she still gets MP back when at the end of a turn. It's typical, really, into what made them need Ramsay in the first place, but the one you referred to is one with 3 owners, right? One of which arrived with sunglasses. I don't recall exactly. I think this one that I'm referring to, I didn't actually see the original episode. I saw like a sort of like a best of video, episode where they would like go back and talk to employees and stuff from some of the restaurants that Ramsay helped. And this particular one, he talked to one of the lower employees and said that the business folded like not long after Ramsay helped them, and the waiter's last check bounced. His last employment check that he got from that company bounced. I don't remember any names. I don't remember anything in particular. I just remember. I remember that conversation with the kid, kind of a younger looking kid. I think he might have been gay, because he kind of had like I shouldn't say he might have been gay. He had kind of like a feminine like personality. But the owner, Again, I don't remember any names or any like building, like business names or anything, or names of any of the people. I just remember the guy was looking around when they brought everybody in. He's like, the wall should be yellow, or like the trim or something. And this was just some kind of like, going back to take a look at how the restaurants that he had helped had progressed since he left. And I just remember this one particular one. I'm just like, God damn, some people can just can't accept a gift basically that makes their business better. They have to either complain about it because they didn't choose those changes, or they want to make changes so they feel like it's more personalized for them. I don't know. I guess I've just known too many narcissists that it just gets on my... It aggravates me on a level that I can't describe. And I understand, and I am very self-aware. I am very self-aware that when I speak of narcissists, I can basically be called one. Pretty much every streamer or actor or anybody who puts themselves on a camera or in the public view in some way has a small amount of narcissism. Because the point of narcissism is, look at me and look how great I am. Now, it's how much you delve into that desire, which rates how narcissistic you are. And some people take it to an extreme, obviously. So I'm very aware that I am, the pot and the kettle situation when I talk about people being narcissistic. But, it's just, it gets me how sometimes the extreme narcissists can't exist the way they do. 70% of the restaurants he helped are still open today. A good portion of those that aren't still were able to stay open longer. Yeah, I mean, in the case of some restaurants, it could be the fact that the reason the restaurant was going downhill was because the owners just don't give a fuck anymore. Okay, so Ramsey came in with a awesome crew and all that stuff, and they fixed it up and everything, and they flipped it, for lack of a better term, and made it look really good and stuff, but the owner still didn't care. They just wanted out. And the only way they could do it was to make the business fold, instead of just selling it or, whatever way, So, it wouldn't surprise me if some of those ones that he helped only folded because the management just didn't want to do it anymore. Or they liked the changes that happened for a while, but they just didn't want to keep doing it, Excuse me. God damn, I'm sorry. Where'd those come from? And there's one thing I've noticed about people that own businesses, and I guess it may be natural for that type of person to have to be able to be an owner, but I've noticed that most of them have an extreme alpha personality, like extreme. Like everything I say and do is correct. Nobody can challenge me on it. Nothing that I say is ever wrong, and if it is wrong, I'm going to tell you why it actually isn't wrong. And no matter what evidence you try to bring to me to prove it's wrong, I will tell you that your proof is wrong. And they're always, they're alphas. That's all I'm going to say is they're alpha personalities. And I guess in order to be an owner, in most cases, you have to have that type of, for lack of a better term, dominating personality. I don't know. But there's our Dawn tree. And it looks like his friend is a glowing blue cat. Hello, glowing blue cat. You're actually pretty cool looking, no pun. I am Bomrin. I came out here on an errand for my master Felix, but I seem to have lost my way. I know it's probably a strange thing to ask, but perhaps you know? Where is it I'm supposed to be going? Oh, phew. Why didn't it give me the option to do this before?
That powder. Where did you get that powder?
It's catnip. It's like extreme catnip, I bet.
What? Master Felix gave it to you? This is unbelievable.
You alright, Comet?
Of course. Now I finally understand. I thought it was a bit strange. I just kept going round and round and round in circles. You've been a great help. If you hadn't come, I might have been wandering around here forever. Would you mind opening that bottle and sprinkling the powder around?
As long as I get to ride you afterwards. I want you to be my pet. I want you to be my mount. You are awesome.
If you see Master Felix again, I'd like you to give him a message from me. Tell him that I, Bormrin, owe a lifetime of happiness entirely to him. Farewell, and good health on your journey.
No, don't disappear. You're a cool-looking kitty. I love your blue color. I want to ride you. I want you to be my mount. Aww. Well, at least he went to kitty heaven. It's okay. Maybe he'll meet Mufasa while he's there. Can we fast travel? No, because we've got no MP. And we have Camaroing. Chateau Felix, yes! I don't have to walk back! Whoosh! Fast travel for the win, baby! Hey, yo! Felix the cat! I found a cat, friend. I want to give you a cat message.
What ho! Finally,
I'm not a hoe.
I see.
Back to the one with three owners. The only owner who gave a shit was squished by the others. One of the other two was passive but saying amen to the third, who was the biggest jackass in the history of the show. The guy was selling Canadian lobster as Maine lobster, and when confronted, he pulled the biological species name to say they're the same. Again,
That strange tree where you met him has been
Alpha God Complex. Everything I say is right, and no matter what you try to say to convince me otherwise, I will tell you you are wrong. I am God. Basically my father.
It's all too bally easy to lose your way around it, not realizing that your innings is over. But now the old bean's realized what's happened to him, and he's safely on his way to the afterlife.
He promised to be here, and Ramsey would check 1 year later, and 6 months only they closed shop.
You know, he, Bormrin, was the first saber cat ever to open up his heart to me. Absolutely terrific chap. It's thanks to him that I've got where I am today. And that's precisely why I couldn't leave the job unattended to go and help the old boy myself. What am I doing? Of course, I haven't explained yet, eh?
You're signing papers.
I'm the chairman of the Great Sabercat Trust. I know. Why don't I make you a member? It's the least I can do after all your help. You have this. It shows you're one of us.
One of us. One of us.
The bell is your proof of membership. It'll call a nearby Sabercat if you ring it in the right place. What's the bell called? Well, it doesn't really have a name. I suppose that'd make it a bit of a pig to use, eh? Righto! How about we call it Bormrand's Pearl, eh? In memory of a good friend and a fine old gent.
Sounds good to me. You have to be asserted to be a boss, but assert doesn't mean asshole, and restaurants ruled with tyranny tend to fail as well.
Thanks for your help. Remember now, always keep the Sabercats in your heart. What?
Alright. So we can call our own mounts whenever we want. That's convenient. Alright. Now we can head on to the town. Didn't expect it to take this long to do some random cat-related side quest. Let's see how this works. They get a pre-rendered cutscene. All right. Bonk. Jesus, 116 damage. What bird got up Angelo's ass right there? Guys with two big balls. They're called elephantitis soldiers. Alright. Take a nap at the end. We'll find ourselves a church and save, and then we can move along. I assume we're in Baccarat. I have no idea. 5,200 gold, so that's good. Who are you? Gold Bank. Oh, okay. Ruby of Protection. What the hell is that? A beautiful ruby that increases the wearer's defense. Okay. She currently has what as her accessory? It's the underwear, right? Yeah, it does. I see what it's used for. It's you're right. It is very useful. I definitely can agree with that. All right, let me see exactly what we've got on who. All right. So it's a defense buff, I think. Okay, yeah, that's a defense buff. Okay. What accessory do he has? This, which increases his defense also. Yangus's accessory is what? It's this. Okay, so everybody has a defense buff. Except Jessica. Yeah, he sure does. He's got the lowest defense, even over... Wow. It may be also because he doesn't have a lot of great gear on him. It may not be a stat thing. It may be... or it is a stat thing, but it's like because his gear is not the best. I made sure Angelo and Jessica had really good gear because they were dying a lot. So the silver gear silver like chest plate or whatever that I got back in Argelius, I gave to Angelo because he was squishy as fuck. No, I wouldn't say naked, but his armor is decent, but could be better. Which I could probably improve with that accessory I just got. Right, let's see. 125. That goes up by 10. Goes up by 11. That goes up by 11 also. And it goes up by 9. Yeah, since he's at the lowest defense, I think it would be best on him. And I think these are... Yeah, it's going to be worse for everybody, so let's just put that back in there. Okay. Alright. I am okay with that. Raid your wardrobe. Reading your books. It's a book entitled A Non-Gambler's Guide to Baccarat. When one hears Baccarat, one inevitably thinks of casinos. But don't be fooled. There's more to this charming little town than gambling. Those who know Baccarat know that the town's secret treasure is none other than the Golding family mansion. Golding is famed as a connoisseur of the fine and folk arts, and its spectacular collection is a must-see for any visitor to Baccarat. Once you've had your fill at the casino, take a breather at the Golding mansion. Hey, did you hear the news? We just had a murder in town. I don't know. What is the world coming to? Did you hear what happened at Golding's mansion? I'm going to guess the murder. They're saying a burglar broke in. I suppose when you're a big casino owner like Golding, you're a bit of a target for burglars and thieves. Oh, hey, I think I found it. Nope, it's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Thought it might have been the church. We're trying to get ready for the evening crowd, and the bartender still hasn't come back. He said he had to talk to his friend who works in the hotel about something. If you happen to see him, tell him we could use some help. Golding visited by the jester? Possibly. It's certainly possible. Although I don't see Dual Magus going to rob him. Of course, they said burglary. He doesn't necessarily mean robbery. I mean, most times you'd think that, but not necessarily. Raid in your wardrobe. Raid in your wardrobe. Raid in your wardrobe. No, it's fine. I got it. I know what you mean. You call him Kefka for all I care. Basically the same thing, just a little less present. Ever seen a Bunny Girl show? No. You don't know what you're missing. Drop by tonight. Our bunnies are nocturnal animals. Ha ha ha. Sick old man. You know, I think I've probably talked about this on stream before, but this will likely come to a surprise to nobody, considering everybody knows how I feel about going out. But I have never been to a Hooters or Twin Peaks or anything of that sort, and I've never been to a strip club. Ever. Raid in your wardrobe. You got a bathtub, but you don't have a pot to piss in, or is it a bucket? Ugh. The fuck? Wasn't trying to go into a cutscene, but alright.
Okay, so tell me what happened the other day. The suspense is killing me.
I think that's supposed to be a French bartender.
All right already. But you've got to keep this under your hat, okay? This is between you and me.
He's not wearing a hat. I've been to a strip club and thought, meh. I mean, for me personally, it would. Why would I want to go to a building, a club, where women are getting naked, or at the very least topless, and I can't fuck any of them? I certainly can't touch them. If I'm going to do that, why don't I just watch porn on the internet? Why does being there in person and seeing a live person get naked, why does that make a difference? And you know, the fact that there are other guys there, most of them probably men, you know, could be women that are there, I don't know, oogling at these same women, you know, it kind of takes away from the. I don't really want to use the word intimate, but it's kind of what it is. It takes away from the intimate moment of seeing a naked woman, you know? That's my thinking on it. Many have the women with buttons on their nips. Oh, okay, so they're not actually naked. I mean, they're unclothed. There's a difference between unclothed and naked. Unclothed is, okay, they're not wearing clothes, but the best parts are still covered. Think like Janet Jackson in the Justin Timberlake thing when he pulled off her top. She was wearing a nipple ring to kind of sort of cover her areola, her nipple. Even GTA strip clubs, I don't care, and those you can touch. Well, not really. Not really. Touching them virtually is not touching them. Vags aren't covered at all. I no. I don't know how to explain this without it coming out weird. At least it comes out weird out of my mouth. But I'd rather see a topless woman than a bottomless woman. Does that make any sense at all? I'd rather see titties than vagina. Not saying I don't want to see vagina. I'm just saying that, to me, titties are more sexy than a vagina. Female titties specifically. I'm not trying to get weird here. But, like say a woman was just, you know, a real hot woman, you know, decides to flash you. I'd rather she flash me her titties than flash me her pussy. That's just, you know, that would be more sexy to me. And I can't explain why so much. I really can't explain why. One would think, as a male who is attracted to females, either one should be enough to get me erect. Many guys for the tits over the vag. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know that I'm not. That isn't weird. I guess it's okay as long as I prefer the vag over the penis, right? Speaking of pussy.
I swear I won't say a word. We barmen know when to keep our mouths shut.
You prefer basketball over forest bushes? Maybe more like, at the very least, softballs. They don't have to be big ones. Although, I mean, I did kind of date one girl who kind of had small boobs. She was like maybe a C cup, but still, which are still pretty big. I don't think I've ever actually dated a woman that had less than a C cup. I don't think. I'm trying to jog my memory here. They've all usually they've all been at least, you know, D or larger, but they've also all been like large in other areas too, like their belly.
By the goddess, lower your voice. I assume you've heard about Mr. Golding's house being burgled.
You guys prefer legs over everything else? You know, not coming to the forest bush. Well, I would rather it be at least trimmed. I don't want to. I don't want to need to pull out a machete in order to get through the bush to get to the vagina. I never really realized until I just out of the blue noticed it. But it seems like if I happen to be driving down the road or walking down the street or walking in a store or whatever, if I happen to notice a girl's legs, that would draw my attention to them quicker than, say, if they had a nice ass, or even if I saw, unless they were like showing cleavage, you know. If she's wearing shorts or a dress or a skirt or something, and I see legs, I will be drawn to that first before I look at the rest of her, you know. And I didn't really realize I did that until it just one day it just sort of like it hit me. I was like, damn, she got nice legs. I didn't realize I was actually attracted to legs like that. Huh. I can see how that's a thing, you know. I first was an A cup, all those were at least E and up. No, I've never had one that's small. Usually it's been either C or like a large B. You know, you would say either small C or large B, like right in between B and C. You know, never really big enough that I could like, you know, if I could actually grab onto something. You know, I'm not sitting there trying to go like, okay, I got your teddy. You know, I don't want a Z cup. Yeah, they go up in size. Yes, they can get very, very large. Usually if the boobs are that large, so is the woman. And believe it or not always big boobs means attractive. So not that there probably any ladies in this chat right now, but if there is, don't think that guys just want bigger boobs. If you are any kind of attractive, you have an hourglass type figure, you can have smaller boobs and you will still be hotter than the less hourglass shaped figured woman with triple D's. You know, it's I can't imagine beach ball. That's I don't know. So that sounds small for Z cup. But of course I can't. I mean, it's been a very long time since I've ever actually seen a beach ball, so maybe I'm wrong. But you know, beach ball sized boobs probably means like Volkswagen Beetle sized ass. Ugh. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Well, the fact is, Mr. Golding was murdered during the robbery.
Murdered? You mean Mr. Golding is dead?
I told you to keep it down. That's why nobody's seen hide nor hair of him recently. He isn't among the living anymore.
But Mr. Golding was such a big man. You're trying to tell me he was killed by a random burglar?
Well, the really weird thing about it was that the burglar was apparently dressed as a jester.
Yeah, I'm looking to talk to Darth Killer. Yeah. Okay, you picked up the phone. Good, because you certainly called. It was the jester. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
I didn't see him myself, mind you,
but that's what they say.
A jester, huh?
A strange one, this burglar. Seems he broke in, killed Mr. Golding, and left. He didn't take anything valuable. From the looks of it, he was after Mr. Golding's life, not his gold.
That's what I said too. The jester wouldn't burgle to steal. He was just there to kill. Now, we're taking take a moment here to think about like the female body. Women like Tifa and Lara Croft, like PS1 era Lara Croft, not the newer remake Lara Croft. They are unrealistic, obviously. It is very unlikely women that are whose frame is that way, as Tifa's is, as Lara Croft's is, likely have breasts of that size naturally, because they just usually doesn't happen. Usually, smaller frame women like them have moderately sized breasts. C-cup maybe. The triple D that Tifa is known for isn't likely to be natural on a woman. Usually if they have triple Ds and they are that size frame, they're probably fake. I don't go for a period of all those criteria. Appearances may have an initial advantage, that's it. Still, I prefer small and cute over big and wide. Absolutely. Absolutely. I find myself more attracted to the shorter women. The shorter they are, the better. To an extent. I don't ever want to date a midget. No offense to them. I don't want to date a midget. But a petite woman who's like, if she were like a foot taller, she would look normal, so to speak. There was a woman I used to work with back at my job in Dallas, and she was probably, I don't know exactly how tall she was, but she was certainly very short. Probably not even 5 feet tall. I would guess probably like 4'10", 4'11", maybe. She was very, very short. Let me describe her like this to you. It'd be easier to describe her like this. If you didn't see her face and didn't know her age, you would think she was 14. That's what she looked like. She looked like a 14-year-old girl in body shape, in height, everything, except her face. She obviously was a little bit old. I think she was older than me. I think at the time I knew her, she was like in her mid to late 30s when I knew her. No, she was still very beautiful, very attractive. I mean, if she hadn't been married, I would have been all over that because she was absolutely stunning to me. But it's because she was so petite that I was so attracted to her. But I would be, a shorter girl, smaller boobs. I would take. I would like if I had like a plethora of options, right? I would choose her over somebody who's like over a woman who's like 5'7", 5'8", with double D's, triple D boobs, So I'm kind of like in the right path with you. Rested but not high. Yeah, I know what you mean. I just mean that, like, when you said small, I knew you were referring to that, but it just reminded me of my thoughts on like height preference for my ideal woman. First of all, she's got to be shorter than me, which, I mean, I'm 5'9", so it's not like I'm not really looking for a stretch here. Women that are taller than 5'6" are usually pretty rare, for the most part. I mean, it's not saying they're slim pickings, but it's usually on average women are 5'6" or less, from my experience. But somebody shorter than me, and the fact the more short they are, the better, just because, I don't know, I like them more petite. I can't explain why. Yeah, she is. Tifa is triple D. Believe me, I know. I thoroughly researched this. Yes. And her height is mentioned too, 5'6". Yeah, I think she's like only 2 or 3 inches shorter than Cloud. Cloud's like 5'9", 5'10", which is kind of weird because, no, that's not really weird, but we know the story of Final Fantasy VII. Zack, I believe, is like 6'1", 6'2". So, the fact he's basically mirroring Zack, but yet he's like 3 or 4 inches shorter, which, I mean, in the overall scheme of what went on, the height obviously doesn't make a difference. Cloud could have been 4'2" and Zach could have been 7 feet tall, and Cloud's fucked up brain wouldn't have made a difference. Hello, Annie. Welcome in. Thanks for saying hi. Hi. How you doing? We were just having a chat about women specifically, boobs, legs, interests and stuff, and relations to like interests in like in women from a man's perspective. I saw that line. Hold on, I'm going to go back to it. Because Petite married to a giant, she's a military leader in the couple. She literally worked as military for years. Yeah, I mean, the height thing is just like a preference. It doesn't mean that they are incapable of being like doing or being a person or doing a job that's typically known for people that are over 6 feet. Cloud's 5'7". Okay, I thought he was like closer to 5'9". I didn't. Shit, I'm taller than Cloud. Son of a bitch. I didn't know that. How you doing, Annie?
I also heard that Cash and Carrie have ordered some men to find the jester and avenge their...
You're taller than Sephiroth? Isn't Sephiroth like 6'5", 6'9", something like that? He's like stupidly tall. 5'6". I'm glad you're okay. Hope you've been getting some sleep, Annie.
By the goddess, this is big. Oh, I won't tell a soul. You can count on me. I'd better get back to my customers. See you later.
Knight of Broken Glass?
Gah!
Sephiroth is 6'1". Really? I thought he was much taller than that. I guess it's just because he's imposing.
I did not see you standing there. Did you hear what we were talking about? Oh, forgive me for the strange question. A slip of the tongue. I'd better get back to work.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you through. This door connects to the casino and... What? You heard everything the bartender and I were saying before? I don't know what you're talking about, and he'll tell you the same thing. Okay. Raid in your wardrobe. Dancer's costume. I think that's actually a new outfit for Jessica. Like it actually is not just gear, but I think it actually changes her appearance. Oh, it's lower defense. Okay, never mind. But I think it actually is a new outfit for her. If I would have put this on her, she would actually be wearing different clothing when we see her in like cutscenes and stuff. Holocaust stuff from Memorial Day. Ah, gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Barrett is stupid fucking tall. He's also like massive. He's also massive. I mean, you remember that you probably, if you played or saw Final Fantasy VII Remake, remember the cutscene right after they escape the collapse of the Sector 7 plate, and Tifa's standing there, gritting her hands because she's pissed off about what just happened, and Barrett grabs her hand, and his hand is like this massive, huge monster hand, and grabs this like little tiny girl's hand. It's just like, Jesus Christ, Barrett, it's fucking huge. Is it explained why he has a machine gun arm? It is. It is, Annie. It is explained. Actually, if you, at the point of the game that you're at, unless they skipped it during the demake, you should have experienced it when you went to North Corel, because North Corel is his hometown, and that's where you get the backstory on Barrett and his gun arm. I can explain it if you want me to, but if you want to experience it, then I won't spoil it. Or Xander can spoil it. Alright, what do you have? Crap, crap. Not crap. Also not crap, and rather affordable too. I can't get 3 of those, but I can get 2 of those very easily. Is it explained why he's named after a gun? Why Barrett is named after a gun? Is there a gun called a Barrett? I don't think I know that. I'll equip the other one in a minute. Can't afford one of the shields. It's a revolver. Maybe that's why they named him that. I have no idea. I had no clue. I had never heard of a revolver called a Barrett. There we go. Let's move this to the bag. Alright, there's one shop. We got the, this is a weapons shop, right? There's weapons and armor shop. Okay, we have an item shop that was down here. There's somebody behind that stall. Can't see him, though. 62 more HP to a single ally. Might not hurt to stock up on these since okay, cool. Saves me a little bit of time. Revolver is one with the rolling magazine of bullets, right? Pistol is one with the magazine loaded in the back. A revolver is the revolver has the drum, you know. Yeah, so yeah, think like the westerns where they pull the trigger and the little drum in the middle rotates. That's a revolver. I mean, it's still considered a pistol, but you're thinking something like a Glock, a semi-automatic. It's loaded under the handle. So you would like take the magazine, load it here, lock it in, pull back the blanking on what it's called, but pull back the thing, and then you load it. Then you load it that way, and it automatically loads. Yeah, the Magnum is a revolver. That's right. Why does he have a gun on? In his hometown of North Corel, Shinra had convinced the townsfolk to make a Mako reactor there in the town, and some time later it passed after they built the reactor, and Shinra had accused the locals of the town of destroying a Shinra-controlled Mako reactor, blamed it on a terrorist group, and they burned down North Corel. They burned down Barrett's hometown. In the process, when Barrett found out about the town being burnt down, he and his friend Dine tried to go stop Shinra, but Shinra got to them first and knocked Dine off a cliff, and Barrett caught him. But before Barrett could pull his friend Dine up onto the cliff, the Shinra soldiers shot him, Barrett, and
beams.
Darth, that wasn't very nice. The Shinra soldiers shot Barrett and Dine's arm while they were holding on to each other, and that destroyed, obviously, Barrett's arm. And he went to a doctor to have it. He needed, obviously, they put a prosthetic on it, and instead of just getting like a prosthetic arm, he had the doctor graft a gun onto it. So he lost his arm against the Shinra, and to get revenge on him, he had a gun grafted on in its place. You sit at your dinner table with an axe in your hand. Dual Magus? Where did you hear that name? Are you in league with him, scoundrels? No, I suppose you wouldn't be. Sorry, it's just that we're all on edge after the break-in at Golding's mansion. Why is the casino closed? Well, that's because Golding. It's because Golding ordered it, and I'm sure he thought long and hard about it, too. Okay. Okay. Why is that door locked? I didn't raid your wardrobe. Hold on, let me go back in so I can raid your wardrobe. Wardrobe sucks. Does the original episode 7 show how high the characters are to each other? You're talking about like how their heights are? Kind of. I mean, it's still chibi, chibi models, but you can kind of see how Barrett is much larger than like Tifa, but it's not like it's not quite the to scale as say Remake is. You can kind of tell that Barrett's taller than Cloud and Tifa, but it's not exactly the scale because in some ways Eris looks like she might be taller than Tifa, but I don't think she is. Yeah, in battle you can certainly see it better because the battle models are a little more detailed than the chibi field models. I saw some of Golding's men head out of the town in full battle gear a while ago. They left in the dead of night and they looked like they were out for blood. I guess we should probably go to the Golding mansion and see what we can do there. But first, more breaking of things. Seated defense. Believe it or not, I need to put the seated defense on Krim because he's squishier than something squishy. I can't think of a good analogy right now. This is the takeout counter. We've got plenty of room inside. Best food in Baccarat. Go on in and give us a try. What? Hello there. Let me show you to your seat. What's that? You're looking for someone? If that's the case, I'd recommend talking to the bartender in the hotel pub. He knows all sorts of things. Do Omega say? That's an odd name for you. Why are you after him? What? He's a murderer? Well, I'll be. Wow. So insightful. Thanks. I guess this is the Golding mansion. This is Mr. Golding's mansion. I'm afraid Mr. Golding isn't seeing visitors at the moment. Please come again some other time. Righto. So... the hotel pub. That's downstairs here. You know, I never found an inn. Or an inn. I never found a church. If I did, I don't remember. Wait, why did I go in here? I didn't want to go in here. You heard everything we were talking about upstairs? What? Look, cut me some slack and don't tell anyone else, okay? If word gets around, I'll be in deep. Let me propose a deal. You keep your mouth shut, and I promise to tell you what I know. What do you say? I knew I could count on you. Let me fill you in on what I know. Cash and Carrie sent a posse after the man who killed their father. They want revenge. And I hear they headed straight for some island north of Baccarat. Word is, there's some ruins on the island. It'd make a perfect hideout. We can't be absolutely sure it was Dual Magus who killed Golding, but I'm quite sure we can be sure enough to be sure. Have you got any other questions about Final Fantasy VII, Annie? I'm pretty much like an expert on 7. I know almost anything. There it is. Krim, why don't we go to have a look at those ruins on the island to the north? Maybe we'll be able to find some kind of clue. Okay. Supposedly, Prince Charmels is supposed to be in the casino. I'm over leveled as I can. Oh, I don't mean like, I mean, I could help you like, I give you, well, I can give you tips on the original game. I don't know how different the demake would be as far as like stats and whatnot. But I mean, like, you know, if you had any lore questions or anything. And now it's nighttime. You know you've played too much Final Fantasy. When you concoct a potion and you think it'll actually heal you. When you see a feather on the ground and you try to throw it at yourself to give yourself an extra life. When you pick up a rock and it's kind of shiny and maybe like a gold color, and you think if you put it on you put it on your belt or something, you equip it to yourself, you can suddenly cast magic. That's kind of vague and try to like cover the gamut of Final Fantasy games. Know you played too much Dragon Quest. When you when you go to a church and you talk to the priest and you wonder why he doesn't ask you if you want to save your game. Speaking of doing that, I need to do that. Where is the priest in this place? Like really, I don't even know if there it is. I was gonna wonder if there actually was a church in this one. Dragon Quest is the best game it is. It's really good. I am enjoying it. Sometimes I forget how much I enjoy, like, the standard JRPG, the turn-based JRPG style. Something like a Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest isn't on Steam? Well, I'm playing it on PS2, so I don't know if Dragon Quest XI's on PC. Yeah, I know Chrono Trigger is. The time that I streamed it, I played the PC version, which is basically the DS remake, or the DS version. Oh, there's a well here. I miss turn-based combat most modern RPGs. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Okay, there's nothing down here. It's kind of why I want to play World of Final Fantasy and what is it? I think it's Dissidia Opera Omnis or something like that, which is basically Dissidia, but like, excuse me, Dissidia, but it's RPG instead of like third-person fighter, like the PSP version of Dissidia is. All right, something about to the north. Is that what they said? I don't know if I should take the boat or the cat. Where's my cat summoning thing? You know you've played too much Doom. When you see a red carpet or red floor, you think it might damage you. You played too much Doom. When you shoot a gun directly in front of you and you wonder why it doesn't hit the target that's way up high. Because, you know, the early 2D Dooms, you didn't actually have to aim up and down. You just fired in the straight direction and it would auto-aim for you. You think you live longer if you pick up a blue bottle. I don't know. Those weren't very good. This bit isn't working for me. I'm trying though. You think 11 is on Steam? I don't know. I'd have to look. You play too much Team Fortress 2 and you shoot the rocket launcher on your feet and attempt to jump higher. That could be said for Halo as well. Actually, it's more a grenade jump than rocket jump. Like there's a town up there or something. I see a church. What the fuck? Why does the sun have a fire sperm on it? Alright, no problem. Anyway, thanks for the stream. No problem, Dar. Thanks for hanging out while you could. Have a good night. The nightmare fuel creatures, yeah. That was weird.
Beams.
Cat jumped into the house. I assume I can probably rest in this one. I'll go to front of the church. You'll soon see this town called... Okay. And to read. Shh. Really? Heck, burn it. Can I sleep here? Skills are new techniques you learn. Skills are new... We have 1 point. Okay. No. What did you tell me about? Alright, okay. Yes. Okay, cool. Free yen. Nice. Alright. If we go into a church to a priest, I will ask her how much experience I need to level up. I want you to do that, and then I want you to tell me what he said afterwards. I want a picture of his expression. You know, I say that, and then it was my luck. It'd probably be something like, "Oh, you need like 340 to experience to level up," because he would just know what you're talking about somehow. Like it'd be a practical joke, but it turned out the joke was on you. You know, you've played too much Dragon Quest when you go to a church and you don't understand why the why the priest doesn't ask you which memory card slot you want to save on. Alright, well. This clearly isn't where I need to be. Wait, they said there was an island up north, didn't they? They said it was an island to the north. You know, we'll just make this easy and zoom to Baccarat. Because my boat's right next to that town. Yeah, I can just go this way. Really, I was one step from my boat. One step. One freaking step. Are you jacking with me? Really? Krim increases to 28. 6 skill points. Alright. Becomes fearless. Now can cast spells with 3/4 of the MP usually required. 3/4. Okay. In other words, they cost 25% less. That's not too bad considering I'm using Zap quite often. I usually too much Sea of Stars. When you try to look at the sun and gain power from it by holding your hand out and just trying to make a ball and appear in a large fireball appear in your hand. This bit is getting worse all the time. Uh-oh, I see a dark cloud of darkness over here. Looks a lot like the cloud of darkness over the Trodain castle. Disembark. Okay. What else's boat's here? You know you've played too much Final Fantasy VI when you try to take a crown and put it on a woman and think you'll be able to control her. It's kind of obscure, but you get it. Ooh, lightning.
Huh? Who are you? Interesting. I thought there was no one on this island besides us and Golding's murderer.
So while you're standing there thinking about that, you didn't notice the big-ass ship that pulled up next to yours. You were thinking so hard about how it's interesting that you and the Jester are the only ones on this island. You didn't see the massive freaking ship park next to you.
Let me give you a piece of advice. Steer clear of the old ruins in the middle of the island.
You play Pokemon too much when you try to throw a ball to catch any animal. You see a stray cat, you throw a ball trying to catch it. Or you try to shove your pets into a ball to take it to the Poke Center to heal it. Or you try to tell your animal to cast a certain magic attack that you know it can't do. Or you try to give it rare candy in hopes that it'll make it stronger. That one's pretty specific.
Ignore me at your peril. You have been warned.
You are a perky person to talk to, I tell you. We chased that Jester all the way here, but now that it's come to the church, I just can't see any hope of victory against someone strong enough to overpower Mr. Golding. But now we've come this far, we can hardly just turn around and go home. Oh, what to do, what to do. I'll steal your boat, that's what I'm going to do. Why did that Jester have to choose such a spooky hideout? If it wasn't so creepy here, we wouldn't hesitate to go after him. Oh, that's why I'm here, because you all are spooked out. I'm gonna go. Can I use my kitty? Oh, crap. Time to zap some bitches. And thwack some bitches. And boom some bitches. Time to zap some bitches, and whack some bitches, and thwack some bitches, and boom some bitches. Damn it, Yangus, why couldn't you dodge the puffy breath? Yes, and they're probably immune to instant death because they're zombies. Yes, Comet, can I help you? Lesser demons. What the hell? These things really do look like Demon Man, whatever he's called from Dragon Ball. I can do that too. Well, I got 2 out of them. 2 out of 3 of them. Is it affected? Dragon Ball's not a game, Josh. I know Dragon Ball has games, but that's not a game. Well, thick. No. Huh. So the demons are completely immune to boom. Okay, so we can't use boom. Interesting. Mary being killed alone from Final Fantasy VIII, Jesse from 7 Remake, and Vanille from 13. I'd say, Jesse's really, really cute though. Jesse's really, really cute. But I'd say marry Vanille, because again, she's petite and short like we were talking earlier. Bang Jesse and kill alone. Have a good night, Annie. I need to do some healing. Actually, no, I don't. I'm not actually that hurt. Keep forgetting I want to try to summon my my mount, my kitty mount. What would you say would be the hardest if your top 3 appeared before you? You would marry Vanille, bang Jesse, and kill alone, so you and I have the same idea, John. I don't... What? I don't get your question. Maybe I'm just stupid. Stop throwing your head at me. I don't want head. Said no man ever. Oh. Like if what would be the top 3 waifus that if I could marry? Well, not in any particular order, but Lightning, Liara, and probably as much as it's kind of like default, I would have to probably say Tifa. As much as it's probably like default. It's everybody's choice. But Lightning for sure. Nope, not gonna deal with you. Although Riku is super cute too, but she's like 15, I think. And at the very beginning, they kill was infected with speedy which appear before you. So I said Lightning, Liara, and Tifa. Mary Lightning. That one would be a little more difficult. I see what you're going with the question now. As much as I love Liara, and she's the sweetest in the world, Mary Lightning, bang Tifa, kill Liara. But then I would throw a fucking hell. I knew I was gonna forget about that bastard. I knew I was gonna fucking forget. If I could either flee or kill this thing. I'd kill her and then use a Phoenix down to bring her back. I know that wasn't part of the rules, but I don't really care. Yeah, but as much as I love Tifa, Lightning is my like #1 all time. She's got, I don't know what it is about her. She just makes my heart flutter. Shouldn't probably be jacking around with this guy. I should like go all out. Probably immune to that. Let's see if we can oomph on Yangus. How would you answer that, Xander? What's your top 3 and how would you MDK them? You know what? Let's do divine intervention. That'll reduce some magic defense. Alright, we got him. It wasn't too hard at all. Hopper Monster Coin. Wait, this isn't... What? Wait, I think Thwack did work. Vanille, Yuffie, and Sophie. Do you mean Selfie? I can see that. Top 3, Tali, Zora, Renoa, and Quiet. Everything kill Mary, Quiet, bang Renoa, kill Tali. Renoa. Ugh. Renoa. Clingy. Too clingy. Tali I get. Tali I get. I wish I knew what she looked like without the helmet on. You know, a good actual like canon version of her. Not that crap that you see at the end of it, that you see in the MK in Mass Effect 3. And Quiet, you know, she makes a lot of sense. Look at it this way: you'll never lose an argument to Quiet because she can't argue. Actually, before I really, when I first played Mass Effect, I really wanted to romance Tali in Mass Effect 1, but obviously you can't. But I was really, I did in Mass Effects 2 and 3 when I first played, and then, you know, when I realized Liara was the only one you could actually romance in all 3 games, I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to fall for her more, and I have. And then I realized, and also when I realized that she has the same voice actress as Lightning, it's just like, well, Lightning's already a waifu. Might as well make her other voice actress my waifu. Why not? Unless I learn Navajo. I don't think I get it. What does Navajo have to do with Quiet? We're talking about Quiet from Metal Gear Solid, right?
There's only one thing that I have to say. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hola, Jale. ¿Cómo está usted? Muy bien. Muy bien. Oh, kitty scratching my Lego. Ouchie. Angela's charisma increases. He becomes a charismatic knight. Learns the band dance. What's the band dance? See? Bueno, bueno. You have reached my limitado of Espanol. I like nachos too. Actually, I don't. I don't, Xander. I never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games. I just know who Quiet is because I know a little bit of story here and there, but I don't know everything. So I don't know who Code Talker is. Whack probably doesn't work. Stop one group of enemies from dancing for several turns. I don't see how that would do me any good right now. Y'all just love them status ailments, don't you? What you up to, Holly? And I'm out of MP on him. Just sitting here. Are you not at work? Holy crap! How are you not working? I'm shocked. I'm also sarcastic. I mean, actually, I'm not sarcastic. I'm actually kind of surprised you're not at work. You always seem to be. Cleo's new rank up. Okay, I assume you mean tank. We need to go this way? I figured you meant tank. This is a dead end. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was dead end. Lump shamans. Your mom's a lump shaman. I was going to do some fake ivy there, but of course you can't find it. Why can't you find your fake ivy? I don't remember where you put it. Where was the last time you had it? Remember what parents used to do whenever you lost something, you go to them for help. Well, where was the last time you had it? Where do you think was the last place you put it? Oh, I guess can't go any further on the kitty. Hey, there's our big buddy Dual Magus. What you up to? You look a little fucked up. Gold Talker in 5 was a novel scientist who cultivated what he called the vocal parasites. These parasites can be trained to react to specific languages. Quiet had the English strain in her. She was meant to infect Mother Base, and all she had to do was speak English one time. She never did, hence Quiet. Yeah, I knew that. Then she met Code Talker, and she confessed her love for Venom Snake. She leaves because Code Talker told her it's the only way to protect him. So, Quiet could speak Navajo and not die, but obviously, if she spoke English, she died. Is that correct? I thought if she spoke at all, it killed her. Oh, fuck. What is this shit? I can't even pull up a menu. Oh, there it goes. Oh, at least I got max HP, but I got nearly no MP. This is gonna suck. Oh, I see how this is. Alright. The stone monument is a shallow recess with words inscribed beneath it. Here a dark history lies sealed. Only a magical light can break the dark aura entombing it. So I can't go anywhere in there until I break that dark whatever. If she spoke English, they would activate and infect anyone on the base who spoke English, which would include Miller, Ocelot, and Snake. Okay. I thought it actually killed her. When we were chasing that jester here, I saw him clasp his chest in pain every now and then. Come to think of it, it seemed to start hurting him directly after he stabbed Mr. Golding with that staff of his. And I overheard him muttering something about needing a new body, because his was too pitiful or something. I'm not sure what he meant exactly, but the way he said it sent a shiver down my spine.
When you all set off so bravely, we decided it was time we did the same.
Did you have the same encounters I did?
So perhaps you could fill us in.
Dual Magus, bad guy. Kill people, now we try to stop him.
The dark aura coming out of the ruins is some kind of barrier set up by Dual Magus, is it? So we have to break through that before we can fight him then. But how? How do you break through darkness?
With a really bright flashlight. Surprisingly, they wouldn't. She was somehow immune after she underwent their change.
Wait a minute. How about the magic mirror of Argonia? People say that can dispel the dark. You never know. It might do the trick. If I remember rightly, Argonia's off to the southeast of Baccarat.
I've been to Argonia. Thanks for the GPS advice. Time to zoom. Argonia. Whew. She technically wasn't human after the intro event. Shows how little I know about the MGS series. Alright, so I'm going to guess the bazaar or whatever is going to be here now. The marketplace stuff. Nope, it is still dead as a doornail. I still need to heal and get my MP back anyway, so we're going to go to the inn. Yes. Yes. The overnight. Snooze, snore, snore, snooze, snooze, and snore. Unless you had restful sleep, please come again. That's what I say to those. I don't know. I was going somewhere else with that in my head, and it collapsed. It looks like the castle's no longer blockade. Oh wait, that wasn't the castle. It was over here. Yeah, there's nobody. Well, guards are still here, but they've moved. You can go in and out of the castle whenever you want now. Prince Charles has been found at last, so the doors are open now. In we go! Let's go meet our princess's beloved betrothed. Let's see who is the lucky man, the lucky, probably handsome man, who's going to get into the princess's pants once she's no longer a horse. I only just heard this, but apparently there's some kind of agreement between Trodaine and Argonia. They say if a boy and a girl are born in each kingdom, they have to marry. The agreement was made a long time ago, so Prince Charles and Princess Medea are fulfilling a vow their grandparents made. I wonder what it's like to be engaged from the minute you're born. Do you think they're happy about it? Sounds like a pain in the horse's ass. Only people who've been watching me play this game for a while gets that joke. Can you believe they finally found Prince Charles hidden in a barrel of all things? You must be braver than we thought to endure so many days stuck in a tiny space like that. Have you heard? Seems Princess Charles was so scared of doing the initiation that he hid himself in a barrel. Ridiculous, isn't it? I bet the wedding would be off if the Princess of Trodaine ever got wind of it. Oh yeah, that was meant to be a secret. Don't tell anyone, okay? As far as I know, Venom never figured it out. Oh, I missed the part. Quiet tries to kill you in the beginning. She's the one who was set on fire and fell out of the hospital window. Okay. Oh, I found a back door to the castle. Don't worry, when I go in the back door, I always use lube. A magic mirror? No, I've never heard of anything like that. If you want to know about magic, you should ask one of the royal magicians. They'll probably know what it is you're talking about. It was supposed to be a maid, but until the other day, all I was doing was looking for Prince Charles. I thought it was a bit of a waste of time looking for him when he was probably long gone, but he was actually inside the castle all along. King Clavius' throne room is just inside. Make sure you're on your best behavior and don't do anything to disturb His Highness. Before I go in there, I want to explore some more. Like this game better with the overhead view? You mean like the old like 2D version? In the beginning, you're in a hospital bed. Assassins eventually come. She's the first. She of course fails, and the rest of the level is you trying to escape in a seriously weakened state. Ooh, smashing barrels! Boosh! Boosh! Nice! Only 2 barrels, and I'm kind of disappointed and bummed out. One more barrel to smash. I want to go Donkey Kong on this bitch. Oh, hey! Rage Wardrobe! Seat of Strength. Oh, I could use that. Rage Wardrobe. I need that Seat of Strength. Abso-freaking-lutely. Well, since I know it's a long series, I should probably give him a try. Give the entire Dragon Quest series a try. Of course, I've been told some of the earlier games are actually pretty difficult. Which this game's got some difficulty, that's for sure. Down here. There's a lot of these places that have these locked doors with chests behind them, and I don't have a clue how to open them. And yes, I get the idea that I need a key, but I don't know what key I would need. Can you switch this to 2D? Oh, Jody, I can't. It's a 3D game. What players don't know is you're not Big Boss. You were simply given his face, his body, and Ocelot healed by using hypnotherapy on you. The view of the town from the top of the castle is amazing, isn't it? And it gets even better when the bazaar's on. You've never seen so much hustle and bustle. Oops, I'll be in trouble. I was supposed to be making sure Prince Charles doesn't leave his room. You can in the last one that came out? Wonder how that works. Oh, there he is. This is the wonderful prince that's going to marry our Princess Medea. I say, who are you? I don't believe you're members of the castle staff. How dare you enter the room of a royal prince without permission? Do you not realize who I am? Honestly, what a nerve. I could call the guards in an instant, you know. If you don't want to be manhandled by them, then I suggest you leave immediately. 2D or 3D. I wonder how that works. Or if it's like, not really 2D, but like a top-down like camera, I guess. Big Boy Wonderland. Think you're a big boy? There's a secret club out there for it, out there, and maybe just what you're looking for. We can't reveal the exact location here, but believe us, it's well worth a trip. If you happen to find it, make sure to ask for Puffy. She's dynamite with a short fuse. Just lie back and let her work her magic. Believe us, you've never felt a pair like hers before. Oh yes, snuggling between them is like paradise on earth. You won't want to leave. They're going to be subverting expectations here. They're going to be talking about something other than boobs. What are they referring to? Or maybe they aren't. On the pause screen or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to assume it's like a setting. Big bosses of the game, though, you only meet him at the very beginning and at the very end. That's Prince Charmele's room there. I can't help but worry that he might try and run off again. But if you try to watch over him all the time, he moans and bawls like you wouldn't believe. Ah, this shall be the death of me. Seems like a castle full of bitches. Rage Wardrobe. Look at these freaking mini medals, man. Let's read a book. It's a book entitled True Tales of the Truly Terrifying. The following is an absolutely true story. I heard it from my friend's sister the other day. About a month ago, she went mushroom hunting in a forest to the east. On her way back, she noticed that something was wrong. Birds were falling from the trees, rabbits and fawns writhed on the ground in agony. All of them were foaming at the mouth. The forest is usually a place of peace, but on this day, it was more like a hell on earth. What fiendish power was behind this devilry? That's when she noticed the song. An eerie and grotesque voice, like nothing she'd ever heard before, was issuing from holes in the ground. Moments later, her sight darkened, and she swooned. When she came to, she was back in her own bed. A hunter had found her unconscious body and brought her back to the village. To this very day, she shudders to recall the scene. The worst part, she says, is that she can't get the words to the song out of her mind. Dig, dug, duck. It was the mole people! You get good items for those for what? The mini medals? Yeah, there's a place that you can turn them into. The first place I need to deliver them to, I need 20. First like tier, I need 28, and I think I probably got that. It's been a while since I've been back there. I'll have to eventually drop by there at some point. It's a book entitled Agility in You. Many items for increasing agility utilize the agility ring as a fundamental ingredient. Take Mercury's bandana, for example. It is made by combining something that protects your head with an agility ring. Krim discovers a new recipe for the alchemy pot. Mercury's bandana equals protect your head and agility ring. I still don't have an agility ring, though. Or, wait a minute. They say agility ring, a ring that boosts your agility, not specifically a ring named agility ring. Hold on that thought a moment. I don't think I have an accessory like that. Thought I might have. Your accessory gives you more defense. This increases your wisdom. This increases your defense. This one increases your defense. This one increases your defense also. Yeah, okay. Alright, maybe that's later. There's honestly only 2 games where you play as Big Boss, Snake Eater and Ground Zero. MSG5, Pen and Pain. Players are led to believe they were playing as Big Boss. But in reality, they're playing Venom Snake. Venom Snake was originally a nameless medic in the original Mother base. Here's a bookshelf over here. Did I read this one? The logbook entitled Prince Charmel's Observation Log. March 23rd, the prince was captured this morning. He had escaped from his room by fashioning a rope out of his curtains. He was undoubtedly planning to head to the casino at Baccarat. The prince remains unrepentant. June 4th, the prince was captured this afternoon. He hid himself inside a barrel, apparently with the intention of sneaking out of the city. He even prepared a special barrel with holes in the bottom, allowing him to move when nobody was looking. The prince can be surprisingly resourceful when he wants to be. Okay. Oh, we made it to the king's room after all.
Your Majesty, are you feeling poorly?
He's probably feeling with his hands.
Did those travelers cause you some trouble?
No, I'm fine. One of them reminded me of someone, but I must be mistaken.
It also explains the events of the original Metal Gear games where Solid Snake thought he killed Big Boss, then fought and killed him in the sequel. Sorry, Puppet. Yeah, well, they all kind of do.
The magic mirror? But it's a precious royal heirloom. Why on earth do you require it? Explain yourself. I understand. However, as I have said, the magic mirror is a treasure of the royal family. I cannot simply give it to you.
I knew he'd say no.
C'est la vie, I suppose. It was a lot to ask.
So now what? How are we going to avenge my brother's death without that mirror?
Solid killed Venom in the first game, then he defeated the real big boss in the second game.
If what you say is true, you must have survived a great many ordeals on your travels.
That much is true. We have also not survived some ordeals. We've probably died at least a dozen times, I bet.
That means your fighting skills must be on a par with those of my soldiers.
I suppose.
But Your Majesty, you can't possibly plan to use those travelers instead of royal guardsmen.
Well surmised, Chancellor.
But the boss should have turned the controller upside down. I don't know about that, but I know that there was a boss in the first Metal Gear Solid. It was he's like memed. Psycho Mantis, where you had to. It was the first Metal Gear Solid game on the PS1. You had to change the controller to the second port. You had to like unplug the controller from slot 1 and move it over to slot 2 during the fight, because Psycho Mantis, you couldn't like damage him until you did that, and he somehow like read your memory card and would like recite or read like what games or stuff, whatever you have saved on your memory card. It was a nice little interesting thing they did, or at least what was the guy's name? Who the hell made the Metal Gear Solid games? Kojima. Hideki Kojima. There's a neat little thing he did regarding Psycho Mantis. Yeah, Hideo Kojima. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid is technically the third or fourth game. I know when I said the first thing, like the first PlayStation game, Metal Gear Solid. I know there's like 2 or so games on like the NES. I think it was just called Metal Gear, I think, or something, which was basically a sort of like a stealth gauntlet game. From what I've seen, I could be completely wrong on the description, but it's what I got from it from looking at it.
Listen to me carefully. I rule with a fair hand, but I cannot grant every request that is made of me. However, if the royal family owes someone a debt of gratitude, I consider it my duty to fulfill it.
They're pretty stealthy? Yeah, I'm sure.
You need the magic mirror.
And that's probably why I will never play any of the Metal Gear games. I am bad at stealth.
The task I set forth for you, you may have the mirror. Summon the prince!
At once, Your Majesty.
The request concerns my son, Prince Charles.
Original Metal Gears was top-down, much like I mentioned 1, but 2D. Yeah, I know. I've seen some gameplay of the first Metal Gear game, but boy, Metal Gear Solid was just I'm bad at stealth games. I don't even want to try them. I mean, I played Splinter Cell on the PS2 decades ago. Embarrassing. I think I'm in the dark. I think I'm safe. I don't think an enemy can see me. I even took out a light to make sure that the light wasn't on me. This guy that's walking into the room will never see me. There he is! What?
To become king of Argonia, one must undertake a special initiation ceremony. There is some risk to life and limb, and the prince is unwilling to do it. As a father, the thought of putting my own son in danger pains me. but he must pass the initiation if he is to succeed me to the throne. It is the tradition of our kingdom. I was considering
I need to do some Hitman games. I've never done a single Hitman game.
During the rite. However, I fear it will ruin his reputation. So my request is this. You outsiders will accompany my son to the royal hunting ground. Naturally, this would remain completely confidential.
Nothing like getting through a level undetected.
It is vital that everyone believes my son passed the initiation on his own.
It is. You have no idea how bad I am at stealthy.
Your Majesty?
The MSG games in terms of stealth are actually quite easy, but Hitman, bloody fucking hard. Really?
What is it this time?
The prince has run off again. I'm extremely sorry, Your Majesty. This is all my fault. I'll bring Prince Charles to Your Majesty as soon as we can find him. As your humble and faithful servant, I beg...
You incompetent fool! Please pardon my outburst. But we cannot continue this discussion without my son.
His voice, King Clavius's voice is familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. How about learning the levels and lots of repetition? I would rather just take a big gun and wipe everything out. Go through a level destroying things left, right, and sideways. Then sneak past everything. Or sneak through a place. Or have to go into a room quietly and avoid causing suspicion or getting attention. There's many ways to beat a level. Okay, so where is his son? Tried to break down the door so we could get him, but it wasn't budging. There's not a lot we can do now. That brat really is a pain sometimes. If you can get a ranking of Ghost or Stealth Assassin on every level in every Hitman game, then seriously every other stealth game will be a childish breeze. Yeah, that isn't happening. Not in my hands. Where's Charles's room? Was this it? No, because there was 2 doors to his room. Where was his room? Excuse me, sorry. Did I even come in here? I don't remember this room. It appears to be the diary of a female royal official. Of course, I never go anywhere without wearing my scholar specs. They're simply perfect for an uncommonly quick-witted girl like me. But my hat, oh, it's a disaster. So hideously uncultured. If only I had a hat that reflected my superior intelligence as well as my spectacles do. I suspect that I could combine the scholar specs with a hat to make the perfect piece of headwear, but I simply couldn't bear to sacrifice them. What to do, what to do? I lie awake at night, fretting about it. You know, it isn't easy being a beautiful genius. Clever chap cap, hat, and scholar specs. Me, I typically always massacred everyone because the stealth is too difficult for me. You and me are in the same boat, Xander. You and me are in the same boat. It's kind of what sucks about Assassin's Creed. You kill too many innocent people, and the game ends on you. Cloak of Evasion. A magical cloak that makes it easier to dodge enemy attacks. Well, it's not any good for anybody. Go, Munchie! It's mouse time! I got a feeling that frog is going to be a problem. Or lizard. Hold on. I think I know what I need to do, but I want to... This hole appears to be over the room below. Look through it? Yes. I simply cannot fathom why Father won't just accept my decision and stop trying to force me to undergo that ridiculous initiation. It's absurd to expect me to go to the royal hunting ground all on my own and defeat a lizard. A lizard! The name alone is enough to give me the willies. The world would be a much better place without them, in my opinion. Oh, so that's what I gotta do. Metal Gear Solid, though, it's only difficult if you're expecting them to be blind while you're running toward them in broad daylight. And we gotta make him walk into that hole. That's pretty obvious. Alright, that away. No, too far. Now, that away. No, 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 no. Too far right. Stubborn lizard. Go that way. That way. That away. That away. That way. You piece of shit! Leave it to me to have trouble finding the hole.
Hmm? Is there something on my head? Ah! Ah! Ick! Ick! A lizard! What's it doing here? Get it out! Get it out!
Hope the lizard's okay, though. Now, where exactly was that? Okay, let's see. When I went in the hole, he went to the right, didn't he? What room did he come out of? Play 5, it's a lot easier than it seems. We'll see. It'll be for, like, definitely way down the road. I have no idea where Charmels was originally when... what room he was in. I don't see a hole in this room, so it probably wasn't this one. Good man, if you want to go deep in. Well, besides like my terrible time with Splinter Cell, the only time I really did anything actually stealth-related as far as game goes is Assassin's Creed, and it's not really that stealthy. It's a little more along the lines of like Grand Theft Auto in a way, because if you like, you gotta like run from the Templars if they see you, and if you assassinate somebody, you gotta run from the guards and all that, or you can just, but otherwise you just like walk down the middle of the street, nobody cares. He didn't take anything, which was a relief, but he did manage to get away. I doubt I'd kept my job if he'd gotten a hold of any treasure. The magic mirror? Yes, I'm sure that was still there. Nothing was taken, like I said. Yeah, that was the thing about, that I didn't care for Splinter Cell. It seemed like no matter how I tried to, be stealthy or be in a place that was, completely dark or walk as slowly as possible, somehow an enemy always spotted me. Like, I made that example, as a semi-joke a minute ago, but it was kind of true. There was like a light. There was a light in the room, or like in the corner of the room, and I got it completely into the corner, as far as I could go, and I shot out the light, so the area around me was completely dark. Nobody should have been able to see me. AI walks in, like looks around for a moment, and suddenly is like, there! Brrr. No light. I didn't move. I didn't make a sound. How do they fucking see me? Whatever. I don't care. Trust me, I did not play Splinter Cell very long. I'm trying to figure out what room he was in so I can figure out where the hell he might have went. Prince has been caught, but I doubt he'll be coming back to his room for a while. Now the king will let him off the hook this time. He'll go to agree to the... Oh. That's going to agree to the initiation before he's allowed to go free again. Okay, so he's got to be back in the royal room. Back in the royal hall.
Perfect timing. Allow me to introduce my son.
Prepare for another moment of when women are going to be objectified in this game.
This is Prince Charmles, the future king of Argonia.
MGS nicely tells you if an enemy can see you, but the enemy won't react until they're sure you're an enemy. Yeah.
What is all this, father? Why are you wasting my time with this whiff-waff?
They're going to protect you during the initiation. They will need to know who you are.
Initiation? Who said anything about the initiation? I don't recall agreeing to that. I hate lizards. How many times do I have to tell you?
Listen carefully, Charmles. Enough is enough. I am aware of your aversion to the initiation, but it remains your duty to complete it. You won't be able to marry Princess Medea until you prove your worth.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care about getting married anyway.
You're making a mistake, Charmles. I hear Princess Medea is, well, boom! You understand what I'm saying?
Wow!
See what I mean?
Now, have you reconsidered?
Yeah, stick with your penis.
You can leave me out of this, thank you.
Anyway, my son, do you realize what people say about you behind your back? This is your chance to prove yourself, to show the world you are a man. These people can assure your safety. Well, Charmles, do you accept?
Yes? Wait, no. I mean, oh, I don't know.
I heard a yes. That's my prince. I'll ensure that everyone believes you're doing it on your own. You will leave now. Hide yourself in the wagon at the city gates and await your bodyguards.
Right now?
Chancellor, accompany Charmels to the gate. The prince is leaving for his initiation. Summon the royal guards. The prince must have a fittingly ostentatious send-off. Remember, he is leaving on his own.
It shall be as you wish, Your Majesty.
But wait! I'm not ready yet!
Jeez, the Chancellor is shorter than the Prince.
I wish you luck. And remember, your mission is top secret. Charmels will explain the details of the initiation himself.
Don't worry, King. I promise I won't tell anyone that I am escorting your prince to the initiation to help him make sure he survives it.
Fulfill my request, and you have my word that the magic...
Or not, generally it's only bad if you hear a loud buzzer sound to indicate enemy definitely spotted you. And do I even have that sound effect? I don't think I do. But the sound effect, the MGS meme. All right. I'm betting. Am I fully healed? Yeah, I am. I am betting that this next dungeon that we're going to be going to for Charmels is probably going to be a long one. And I probably don't have time to get through it all with what I have left. So we're probably going to wrap this one up a little earlier than usual. So let me just find the church again, and we'll save there, and we'll call it a night. We got 5 viewers in here. Let me see if I've got anybody on that I want to raid. Any friends of mine or anything like that on? Yeah, okay. Like we're playing New Threat. Alright, we're gonna raid her. So let's get this save going here, and I'll get this raid started. Save. Slot 1. Also has a slow-mo mechanic. Right there. Yes. Jeez, I've been playing this game for 32 hours. Jesus Christ, I didn't know it was that long. Wow. Alright. No, we are not continuing. Alright. That's going to do it for the stream tonight. Thank you all so very much for being here. We are going to do a raid, so we're going to make this all official-like. Let's do a commander raid. As always, a special appreciation goes out to the men and women of the United States military, both at home and overseas, as well as police officers and firefighters across the country. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. You're all true heroes. We're going to go raid Emberlyn Star. She is a VTuber streamer. Right now, it looks like she's doing some character creation in a game. Her title says she's going to do some Final Fantasy VII New Threat in a bit, so that's where we're going to go raid. So let her know that I sent you with a hashtag Commander Raid, and I will see you all tomorrow, most likely for some more Dragon Quest VIII. Until then, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.